And we're back
And we're back.
with my Meredith Marks headphones. We're trying things out a little bit different this time. We plugged it in. We plugged in the
We're trying
headphones.
headphones this time, so hopefully
Yeah.
the sound quality is better. We're no longer live,
No,
but
sad.
I
Next
know Nat
week.
went back to New York. Next week we can do live again, which will be fun. And I'm still down in warm Miami, which is gorgeous. But welcome, guys, episode 4.
Wow.
Hello.
How did we get here? It's been 4 already. That's insane.
Titling the episode, and I was like, how is this already 4? This is wild. But it's a good time, and I think because time flies when you're having fun. That's why.
I agree. I agree. And we have a lot to talk about.
A lot. Nat and I did a lot this past week, which
Oh,
was
yeah.
lovely.
It's been nonstop. I literally, this morning, I was like, I get to breathe a little bit.
Yeah. No, I could only imagine. I feel like my week was a lot more chill, but my weekend was crazy. So I feel like I was nonstop during the weekend and then had to recover all week.
Our weekend was insane.
Well, yeah, guys, Nat and I had a time, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Let's first things first, let's talk work. What are the big updates? Nat, tell us what's happening.
So I flew back to New York on Sunday. I started the week off with a couple in-person meetings. I ended up picking up this random gig for a Fashion Week event. My friend needed an extra hand, and I said, hello, I'm here, let's go. I also love seeing all the behind the scenes stuff. I feel like since I've done events before, I'm like, it's a different level of appreciation. And the fashion brand Avec, it was their launch with Sarah Jane Nader.
From the Nader family, who I
Yeah.
think she has her own company, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
I don't
all I
know.
gotta say is that family is gorgeous in person, and they're so sweet. They're so
Oh,
sweet.
that's so nice.
Yeah.
I only say that because I know I'm in like a group chat with a bunch of like TikTok founders and she's in it. And so, but I can't remember what her company is. But I think it's Sarah. I know it's one of the Nader girls
Yeah. No, they were
because
so nice.
yeah, when their reality TV show premiered, she was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, like if people want to watch it." And I was like, "Wait, who is this?"
You're like,
And I was like,
hi.
"Oh,
No, it was really cool. So is this I actually went to a Female Founder World networking event Tuesday morning. It was amazing. I feel like I got to reconnect with a lot of different founders, meet founders that I had been following on social and connected with them in person. And also ran into somebody that I know from high school who's now does content. And then from there, I went to Zero Bond where the event was. And it was nice. I
Zero
had a couple
Bond."
calls at like during like the setup, which was nice, like the multitasking of it all. Did the event and it was honestly great. Great networking experience. Got to see a lot of familiar faces and also meet a lot of different people, which was a nice little side quest of the week.
Yeah, you were saying that there were like some influencers and celebrities there.
But yeah, and it was nice because I was kind of in the front, so I got to greet everybody. And
Oh,
I'm
that's
really good
nice.
at faces, so I got to pick up everybody that was like famous. So that was cool.
Wait, that's such a, also, it's a really good way to just get to meet celebrities
Oh yeah,
without it being weird. You're like, well,
no,
I'm checking you in. So
I wasn't
here,
even
hi,
checking
how are
them
you?
in. I was literally at the door, like, hey.
Greeting. You're just like, hello, welcome.
But yeah, it was fun. So that was my little side quest, and then the rest of the week I had meetings, still gearing up for Expo West. So finalizing like final touches for everything, product wise, merch wise, and yeah, that's kind of part of it. Yeah,
You've had a lot. Wait, that's it. Those are like those types of events are what makes me like sad to not be in New York right now. But you just connected me to Will, so which I owe
yeah.
him a text. So I'm hoping that I can start going to more events down here. And then I ended up messaging Shermeen
Oh, good, good,
from
good, good.
Level Up,
Yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah.
Level Up Legal,
Law,
because she
legal.
law legal Level Up. I messaged her, and I think we're gonna grab either coffee or drinks next week. And she
Good.
was like, "Let me just look at my calendar." I was like, "Cool, great, I'm super flexible." And then she invited me to an event that she's hosting the 21st, and it's like one of those like Pilates types of like
Oh,
mixers,
good.
which in New York I've gone to so many, and they're always so great. So I'm really excited to start doing that in Miami. I
Yeah,
feel like it'll
no,
be a good first step to start meeting more people in the
no, I
network.
think I was just talking yesterday my brother and my dad were in town, so that was a long day. I went to their meetings with them and I was with them literally from noon until like 11 p.m.
Oh my
But
God.
I was just talking to people at the meeting how it's been great because a lot of the people that came for the meeting are in Florida. They live down in Florida and we're just here for like literally like a day or two.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how great the ecosystems between New York and Miami have turned into because there's so much overlap. So I think that it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, totally. I think it's kind of worked out for me to be here this
Yeah.
winter.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
like
glad
one,
I'm
I'm
going
getting,
back and forth.
I know, like you're literally living the dream of going back and forth. Oh my God, Louis. Louis
Oh,
is,
we have a guest.
we have a guest again.
Oh,
Louis
little
needs to be on
baby.
top. He literally just wants to go to sleep on top of me. That's
He's
all he
so
wants.
perfect.
I know. He's so sweet. That's the hard part. It's like you can't be upset with him because all he wants to do is cuddle. You can't be upset at that.
No, he's so perfect.
No, but I'm really happy that I'm down here. I think it's been challenging me to like get out of my comfort zone again because I've built such a network in New York that I don't have to try that hard anymore. Versus I'm like, all right, Miami, brand new area. Even though I'm from here, I don't know the like
It's
professional network
different.
down here. It's so different. It's so
Yeah.
different. And so it's like, okay, how do I push myself out of my comfort zone a little bit? How do I start to meet people again, and just kind of do that whole spiel all over again? But I agree. I mean, Laurent's coming down, I think, at the end of the month to do a dinner down here. And so I'm like, okay, there's a lot of overlap between Miami and New York that even though I'm from Miami, I
Yeah.
just haven't really taken advantage of. And so now I get to kind of see both sides and be one of the people that's like, yeah, you should meet this person or meet that person. Or at least I want to become that person, you know?
Yeah, and I also think that you get a whole different perspective on because I feel like the tech scene has grown so much in Miami, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still expanding compared to what it is in New York. So the
Yeah,
people that you're meeting with, even if it's like people from New York that are down there, then they've kind of created their own network. So then you get to meet new faces and have them enter the chat, whether it's on like an advisory standpoint, an investor standpoint, or
totally.
just relationship building.
Totally. And I think it's kind of nice to be here while it's being built because it's still very intimate.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like you kind of actually get to know everyone a little bit better versus in New York. I mean, I love the network up there, but I think it's already really big that it's just hard to get to know everyone, or at least like on a deeper relationship level
Hmm.
versus it can be very transactional sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I hear that, or at least like what I've been told from the people down here, that it's not as transactional. So, which it's funny because I'm like, I don't even think New York is as transactional as like a San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
So, like you have your different levels, but I'm really excited. I'm really happy to be down here. I'm going to go to a few different events the next few weeks. And then this week was big because we launched our beta.
Yeah.
So for Vane, our app, and I am so pumped about it.
It looks
It's
amazing.
you. I'm so excited. It's like crazy. My co-founder Saranya, like to even think she's never built an app before and she just went full in on it. And it's so funny. We wanted to launch just like the most basic version of the beta last Friday. And she was like, no, I want to add an entire other component. I'm being ambitious right now. And I was like, cool, amazing. She did it over the weekend. We launched on Monday and then launched on Test Flight, which if you're not
Hmm.
familiar with Test Flight, it's essentially like Apple's like testing environment where you can invite people to test your beta so you have a little bit more of a controlled environment because if not you could, especially as you're sorting out bugs, you could then have it on the app store and all of a sudden have horrible reviews because you haven't sorted out all your
Hmm.
bugs yet. So yeah, we're doing that, and we already, I think yesterday she launched the fifth version
Wow.
of the beta.
Yeah, well, the one
Yeah,
that I remember last weekend when you were telling my brother about Vane and Will, you're like, oh, we're about to launch. And I was like, wait, so exciting. And then all of a
yeah,
sudden, when we were on FaceTime and you were showing me, I was like, wait, this is actually a lot easier to navigate than I thought it was going to be, and visually, like, easier to be able to input information.
yeah, which makes me so happy because that's the point. It's supposed to be just really intuitive and easy. And I think we're even going to build like a widget that you can have on your homepage. Because like
Hmm.
I have like a news widget and I have the Photos app widget. But if like you're really, I don't know, just starting tretinoin or really struggling maybe with acne and you're like paying attention to what you're putting on your skin and you're trying to really monitor it, it'd be so helpful to have a widget on your homepage and say, okay, did I do my routine this morning? Cool. What did I notice? How does my skin feel when I woke up?
Yeah.
What are my issues? Like really quick reminder, and then you're done for the day. And that's what we want people to just feel like it's something to help them out. And now that we have the beta, I can start talking to med spas.
Yes. And I feel like the events that you're planning for later on,
Hmm.
you're going to have something for people to actually start
Actually try.
using and try and
Yes.
like be actively on, especially because everybody's on their phone. So it's a
Yeah.
quick little download this.
Yes, exactly. And so I'm really, really pumped about it. And there's a lot of really exciting things that are happening. I'm like trying now. I just sent out a huge investor update earlier this week. And now I'm trying to catch up. I think I mentioned to you this the other day. I want to do a PR kit
Yeah,
of
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, we have the beta out now. We're planning to, once the bugs are all done, apply for the App Store because I know it's a process. Hopefully get onto the App Store by like late March. So what I want to do is be able to be building up all of our PR into it and have like our PR advisor, Catherine, godsend, she's great, have her help us like start setting that all up. So
Yeah.
we're either like mentioned in articles or quoted or maybe, actually talked about as like something really cool and different and how skin is becoming part of healthcare, not just about
Hmm.
beauty.
I also think that you're going to be able to get so much data from people that are going to use it that you know exactly what you have to tweak now that you
Yeah,
have it versus like the guessing game, you know?
100%. It just feels so real right now, which is
Hmm.
crazy. I feel like this is kind of like the fourth iteration of Vane. And
I
but it
love
feels
it.
the most, I know, it feels the most real though, honestly, of like everything that I used to draw up of ideas and what I wanted it to look like. This is the closest it's ever been. And it's really cool the fact that we even have a social feed that you can connect with your friends, you can post and say, hey, this is what I'm using. And then also we have a discover page now where like we can have creators or dermatologists add in their routines of like, hey, this is
Yeah.
what I recommend for dry skin, for oily skin, whatever. And you can actually then just, instead of having to go and find all those products, you can
Yeah.
just adapt that to your own routine.
I think like for somebody that, and I say this to you all the time, I wish I had like a skincare routine. I just don't, and it's so bad. I was just talking to the skincare company Pipa yesterday
Oh,
because I had
right.
a call with them and I was like, I love the products. They're so easy to use. Like, and for somebody that literally like does nothing to their skin, which like I use sunscreen every day. I'm very
That's the
religious
most
about
important.
that. Yeah, but it's like still on the Neutrogena wipes. They're like the 4 a.m. skin, but 4 a.m. skin is a lot better
I was
because,
going to say 4 a.m. skin is a
yeah,
lot better.
wish I just knew, but I've tried to have a skincare routine. It just doesn't work.
Right. Or if you don't see the results, you're like, okay, I don't really know why I'm doing this.
But also,
Like
the times I've tried a bunch of stuff, my skin has like,
breaks out.
yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't need that because I barely
No,
break
at
out.
all. At all. And so that's why we're like trying to put data into that entire
Hmm.
process of like, okay, let's actually monitor what you're already using, how it's working for you, and certain shifts that we can make based off of your goals.
Yeah.
So
Which I
yeah,
like because it's important for somebody like me, for example, that wants to know what products I could try and use and like
totally.
be gravitated towards versus just like a guessing game, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Or just like whatever influencer just told you what to buy or what you've heard is good, you know?
Yeah. And I think the best products I've used, honestly, it's from from like other founders that have come
Yeah.
out with brands and I use the product and I'm like, yep, here we go. Like
Yep.
my
And like,
skincare
let's
stuff
try.
is like from founders I've met.
It's also like nice though because you want to support them. So it's like, okay,
Oh
let me
yeah.
try this, let me try that. But yeah, so that was our big update this week for work, which is it's a big one. I'm really, really excited. Also, oh my God, I did something. So I sent the investor update to the investors from my friends and family round. Okay, great. And then I was like, you know what? I want to send to more people that necessarily didn't invest, but are investors and are my friends. And as you know, we potentially want to raise in the spring, you know, have them know our story so that when we raise, they can kind of help talk about our journey
Hmm.
and know how far we've come. I thought I had put everyone on BCC. I put everyone on CC and I was like, no.
It happens.
And I didn't realize until, because obviously I included Laurent in that. And he replied going like, love how you guys are moving. I was like, I had sent him the beta. I had sent him the
Yeah.
investor update. He's like, oh, you guys are on it this week. And so he's like, love how you guys are moving. And when I realized that it replied to everyone, I was like, wait. I was like, no. So that's just, I like texted him immediately and was like, I'm freaking out. I didn't realize that everyone's on CC. And he quickly looked at it. He's like, we're all friends. Everyone knows each other. Don't worry about it.
I
He's
mean,
like,
it's one of those things where it happens.
yeah, it totally. Also, like I got such good responses. I included
Good.
Annie and Kelly in it, which I was like, just to like keep them because and Annie always calls me out for it. She's like, you're so bad, Vanessa, at responding to the WhatsApp. And I was like, I don't use WhatsApp and it's too much for me, but I want to let them know what I'm doing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to include them in the investor update. So if anyone
Yeah.
that I need to connect to, or they just know what I'm up to. And so, but I got a response from Alexis, UBS.
Oh, Wait, I met
Alexis?
with her this week. She's
I know you told me.
awesome.
She's the best. I love her. And she was just like so supportive and so sweet. And then I also included Katie Dunn, and she was also really supportive and really sweet.
Yeah, Katie knows so much because she has invested in so many different types of companies, consumer
Yeah.
and tech. So
Yeah.
her feedback, and I always say this about, I also love watching her TikToks. These investors actually care because they've been
Hmm.
able to have a relationship with you and
Right.
understand your growth. But they also have worked with founders in so many different capacities where they understand how much a founder has to pivot and their journey, that their feedback like is so helpful.
Totally. And I think that was Laurent's point where when I freaked out, he was like, all these people know you and they're just trying to support you. He's like,
Yeah.
that's all that this is. Like, don't worry. And he's like, and everyone knows each other. Don't worry about the BCC or CC. Like, it doesn't matter. And you're 100% right. And I think that's why I wanted to send it to people because I was like, you know what? I'm doing such incredible stuff right now. And I want to take a second. I always tell other people to take a second to celebrate the smaller wins.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I'm like seeing the beta as a smaller win. Alexis was like, this is a huge deal,
Yeah. No, it's insane.
which is great. And
And
I
the
think,
fact, and I told you this, the fact that it's very fast, like there's
yes,
no glitches. And there's nothing wrong when you launch a beta and there's glitches because you're still learning and
yeah,
stuff. But when you were showing me, I was like, wow, this is actually very fast for everything that you have on the beta.
yeah. It's truly like Soraya has absolutely killed it. Like she's done an incredible job. And it only makes me more thankful to have her as my co founder. But I think also just like being really proud of us and wanting to share it to more people and be like, you
Yeah.
know what? We're doing great things. I don't really want to put it on LinkedIn yet because no one can download it yet. I'll put it on LinkedIn when it's on the App Store. But I'm tired of doing the whole like, and this is what we're doing and teaser type of thing. So, but I want to share it with the people that I trust and have been along for the journey to let them know like, hey, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the big update.
I love it. And I think it's so interesting when I talk to other founders. I think the event on Tuesday was so helpful to kind of be in person with a bunch of different
Oh, I'm sure.
amazing female founders because I've been able to talk and understand the way I can articulate our pivot as Two Fit
Hmm.
and how we're bringing in all these other companies and the whole like change of it. And I feel like the feedback I've gotten on that end has been very helpful, as well as like, wait, that's actually very smart. And also thank you for being transparent in terms of like just taking a different direction, like not hiding
Totally.
anything. And I'm like, hey, like the protein bar industry has changed and we're gonna, like, it's not like we're saying no to it. It's just we're including like other brands that are part of our portfolio, but also in a different capacity. And I am so excited for Expo West to be able to actually highlight them and for people to
Yeah.
try them, talking to other consumer founders and them kind of giving me feedback.
Well, and I think it's really rewarding when you know one that it's makes sense, that people
Yeah.
get it, and two that you're able to like what you said, you're able to communicate it and test it out. Like before we did our pivot for Vane, I was going to like Saranya, she's in the middle of getting her PhD. She's in Pittsburgh. It's not like she is surrounded by all these, tech events to go to,
Mm-hmm.
but we are in New York. So in New York, I kept trying out the new different elevator pitches
Pitches.
to different people to see what was working or not and like I would pay attention to exactly what moment people's eyes lit up of like, oh, that's incredible. And that's where I knew, okay, this is working a lot better. And I would go back to
Yeah.
Sarani. I'm like, this is what excited people. This is what they really like about it. Let's lean into this. Let's lean into that. And I think it's funny. It's fun to go to these events and be able to test it out. And then also once you get it, like exactly what you said, that you weren't sure how to communicate the pivot. You weren't, you were still testing out exactly how to explain it. And then you figured it out, and now it
Mm-hmm.
makes sense to not only everyone else, but also it kind of makes it clearer to yourself as well. Like, oh yeah, this is our new strategy.
Yeah, and I feel like Two Fit is not going anywhere. It's just everything is going to be by Two Fit, which I think is so much better for our portfolio companies. But at the same
Yeah,
time, it allows us to expand and diversify the SKUs that we have, and also in different types of categories within the
right.
CPG space.
It does remind me of just like having worked at PepsiCo, where you have your portfolio, it's like food and bev now. It only allows you to get into more spaces, into different areas that you guys haven't maybe put together. Like maybe it was all separate and now it's going to be together. And I think Like PepsiCo always was like power of three, and it was power of three, I think so, or power of one, power of one, power of three.
Pepsi
The
being
point
one.
was because under PepsiCo you had like Quaker, you have Quaker, and Pepsi.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
like, and then you have also Gatorade and you have all these different things, but together you're so much stronger. And so when it came to actually activation in retail, you would say, all right, well, if we go and sell in as an entire portfolio, we're going to get more space because we're cross categories versus just going solo and trying to
Yeah.
fight that entire category on our own. And so that's why I'm saying, I think what you guys are doing makes a lot of sense. And I think down the road is going to make you guys stronger for your portfolio.
It's all a learning lesson.
All learning. Love. Okay, all right. So now we can get into the fun stuff.
Oh
Even
my
though that's
God.
not that it's not fun, but the actual social fun
Well,
stuff.
I feel like we just had an insane weekend that was not planned, that things happened, and we were like, okay, let's go with the flow. And
Go.
obviously, it happened in the most like Vanessa Nat way possible, like unexpected. And obviously, we're talking to random people, so we have new friends. We have a whole group of friends now.
Nat and I made brand new friends over the weekend.
Yeah.
And if you can't tell, we're both very extroverted and have no problem talking to strangers. But even more so, like part of our jobs is to talk to strangers. So we're very used to it.
Yeah.
So Nat and I think we mentioned this last time, we edited the last episode, our third episode, over like 2 bottles of wine, and it was so much fun. So last Friday, after our third episode, we were like, oh, let's edit and like grab a drink and whatever, and it'll be a fun time. So we went to Tecology in Brickell to do that. And we just went inside at the bar, started doing that. And there was this random guy just sitting next to us. I don't know how
Watching
we
golf,
started.
you were like, oh, should you ask if they have dose here? And I said, oh, yeah.
Right.
Do they have dose, knowing that they're not in Florida, but and
Yeah.
the guy thought I was talking to him and that we were talking to him because I pointed, like I completely turned my body. And
Right.
he was
Right.
like, he took his AirPod out and was like, oh, hey. And we're like, hey, how's it going?
And then we just started talking to this guy the rest of the time we were there. Ended up exchanging numbers. He was like, hey, I'm going to golf tomorrow, but I'm going to hang out with some friends in the afternoon if you guys are around. Both Nat and I are like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, not really planning to ever see this guy again. But he was nice, from Ohio. And that's really all we knew about him. That was it.
He was from
And that he's been,
Ohio. He's
yeah.
in
And
the
that he's lived in
corporate
Miami.
space. Yeah.
Yes.
That he's interested in dating and that he has
Right.
friends, but like very nothing much.
No, not much at all. We were like, okay, like, nice guy. And then we get a text on the Saturday. Mind you, like, we're both, Nat and I are having very family oriented days. Like, I'm helping my mom organize things in the house. Nat's with her sister-in-law and her
And the
nephew going for walks.
baby. Oh, I
Yeah,
was
the
with the baby
baby.
at Pura Vida.
With the baby. And so we're having very family oriented days. And we get a text being like, hey, a couple of friends and I are going to go to this bar. Do you guys want to come join? And I text Nat. I was like, you know what? Like, should we go? And she was like, yeah, why not? Like, we have nothing to lose. So we end up, long story short, we end up going, meeting up with them. It's a group of guys, Nat and I. Um,
We
we're like,
walk in
what?
not knowing who we're gonna meet, really.
No, also
Besides
I'm
this
like, what
one
is,
guy.
yeah, also I'm like, what does this guy look like again? But it was so fun. All the guys were so sweet. Ends up that like three of them went to Elon. I went to Wake Forest. My older cousins went to Elon. The guys are only 1 year older than me and they played soccer. So they knew a bunch of the soccer players from Wake. So we ended up knowing a lot of people in common, which was fun. And then one of their other friends is from Miami and he is a cardiologist, ends up knowing my cardiologist. Cause of course I was like, I was like, do you know my cardiologist? Gave him the name. He's like, oh yeah, I don't know him, but I know of him. I was like, what are your thoughts? Is he good? Is he not? Like, I think he's good, but what do you think? I started asking him all the questions. I was like, I hear that Baptist is more of a business now. What are your thoughts? Like, why am I asking this random man his thoughts on his employer? And Baptist, guys, is like a hospital group down here. And so anyway, it was a lot of fun. We
Wait,
were
and then
started out,
I text Lindsay, who's down in
right.
Miami now, because I was gonna see her earlier that day. Didn't work out, and I was like, hey, like, come meet me here. And so she ended up joining us. She had the most like beautiful outfit with like
she looked gorgeous.
flowers, like very cute. She was coming from like a food festival or something.
She was giving off Kate Hudson in a rom-com.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know what I
And
mean? Like, that was the vibe
yeah,
she gave off.
And she was like, oh, hey. And like, I was like, meet our new friends.
Like, how do you guys know each other? We're like, we met at Tacology.
We met one of them at Technology. And then we were playing darts. We got pretty good, not gonna lie. I won a round.
Very good at darts. I did not play. I didn't try. I was like, I have really good hand-eye coordination when it comes to reflexes, but not when it comes to sports, if that makes sense.
An athlete, what can I say?
Yeah, you are an athlete though.
It was
Guys,
like when
also,
I played soccer this summer.
I'm like, hold on. So we start at this bar. Like, Nat and I were just saying it is Fun Beat in Miami, where like all the events are very much it's like a lot of guys and just like a couple of girls. And so you're very much just like doted on a little bit where they're like, can I get you another drink? What do you need? I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this is
Like,
lovely.
thank you.
Yeah, I'm like,
Like the
thank you. Actually,
service.
I'm like, I will have another espresso martini. Thank you. But no, we went from there to then bowling.
Well, I was confused because our friend, 1E, what is it?
One T.
1L, 1T,
There's
was
two
like, oh
Elliots.
yeah,
That's why we're saying.
there's two Elliots, but he was like, oh yeah, like we have somewhere to be at 6. And I was like, oh, maybe they have dinner. I guess like it was bowling.
Maybe they
I
had
don't
made the
know.
reservation.
I don't know, but we went bowling.
We went bowling at Lucky Strike and it was a great time. We had
Both
so
of
much
us,
fun.
we both go, we don't have socks. And he goes, don't worry, I got you. And I was like, oh,
Oh,
the
yeah.
service.
They got us socks. I was like, this is incredible. I was like, I don't have to think about a thing.
No. We went
Great.
bowling.
Yeah,
That
I
bowling
loved it.
alley was elite. It was so
Yeah.
fun.
So fun. And then my God, Nat headed home. I
Yeah.
tried to say Nat and head in the same way.
No.
And then Lindsay and I stayed. Oh, we met. They had more friends that came and met up with us. And one of the guy's fiancés, Addison, same name as my goddaughter, which made it so
Oh,
much easier to remember.
she was a gem.
She was an absolute gem. And like, girls
Wait.
sometimes can be kind of weird, but she goes,
Yeah.
I'm so happy you guys are normal,
No,
which
literally.
was
But
nice.
from her and her fiance? Yeah. Yes. Somehow their friend has been my brother's friend for a really long time.
Oh,
And so we
right.
ended up we sent Diggs a
A
picture
picture.
of us.
Yeah.
I
Which
was
is
like, wait,
so
this
fun.
is so crazy. I was
Wait,
like,
and then
hello.
she's also just a badass in her own right. Like she works for a startup.
Yeah.
And I think she heads up exactly what it is now, but she's like, I hope that in a year I'll get promoted, I think, to like COO. And I was like, yes, I like this. A girl with a vision knows what she wants, and she's getting married at
Yeah.
Lake Como. And I'm like, you know what you want. You are having the life, babe. Like that's
Yeah,
incredible.
no. She was really great.
Yeah.
Everybody was so nice, and like I feel like we had genuine like deep conversations with these
Yeah.
men.
Yeah. Which who would have thought that meeting one rando at Tacology would lead us to that?
Yeah,
Huh.
and they weren't tired of us, which was great.
No, they invited us the next day to hang out with them for the Super Bowl.
And I was like, I'm on a flight back to New York.
I was like, I have plans. I'm already doing martinis at my aunt's house.
I go, I have a Super Bowl party.
So sorry. But then from bowling, you went home. I went to
I went
another
home.
bar with the crew, which I went to another bar with the crew. And then Lindsay was like, oh, I have friends at Amazonico. Let's go. And I was like, I've never been. Let's go. We got to skip the entire line, which I love. I'm not a line girl. I can't wait in line.
I don't know. No,
I
I'm
don't
not a
like
line
waiting in
girl
line.
either.
No, I'm like, how do we get to the front? Who do we know in there? How can we
Yeah.
ask very nicely to just skip the entire line? Lindsay handled it. It was amazing. And then we literally, I met her friends, and then we just had the time of our life dancing. I got behind the DJ booth for a bit,
Ugh, I love
which
the
I
DJ
love.
booth.
I love a DJ booth. And so we just had a time, and then I went home to my sister's, and it was incredible. And then I was
I
dying
know.
on Sunday, but it was a good time.
No, yeah. Sunday I got back to New York and then literally got home, showered, changed, got ready, straight to the Super Bowl party that my friend had invited my friend and I to. And so it's freezing. I'm in the tundra. I'm like
Yeah, I don't know how
falling.
you did that.
Yeah, no, same. But I'm starving because I had no time in between to get food. I'm like, a good Super Bowl what? Blah, blah, I can't talk. A good Super Bowl party has food. I walk in, everybody's going to this party. Like, there's so many people walking in. I'm like, how many people are in this party? I go upstairs, I see people I know already. So I'm like, thank God. So I say a quick hi, beeline to the food, sushi. Devour
Oh.
so much sushi. and then
Yeah, but it's not
end
it's
up
not like filling for drinking, Like it's good food, but it's not filling.
yeah. Oh, there was pizza coming, so don't worry, I
Oh,
left
okay.
room. So I started talking to a bunch of people, ran into some people that I met like at multiple different events that I just haven't seen in a while, so that was nice. Then I ended up going to dinner at this French restaurant. I've had a lot of escargot this week, all I'm gonna say, because I
Okay,
had
but escargot's
escargot.
so good.
I had escargot Sunday at that dinner, and then on yesterday. Anyways, so I go to this dinner, and then like it ends up being like a little bit of a longer night than I anticipated. And then Monday,
Yeah. I think this week
it
was
was
just a lot of
nice.
fun. Also the
Oh,
duality in
there's a
it.
lot. Well, I was supposed to go to a consumer event yesterday and then to a dating event. But then everything kind of got shifted because I was with my brother and my dad at meetings. And then from there, we ended up going to this event, it was crazy because I was literally one of the only women in the room. I'm like, hi, how's it going? And then from there, we ended up going to Maison Clothes for dinner.
One of our favorite places. Also for
One of
dinner.
our
Oh, that
favorites.
makes sense that you had escargot at Maison Clothes.
Yes, a
That makes
lot.
sense.
They ordered so much escargot. But yeah, we were
Really?
there, and then that's a dinner with a show.
Yeah, with a very fun show.
My dad and my brother did not expect the show. It was a nice little burlesque show for dinner.
And you're just sitting in between your brother and your dad. You're like,
No,
all right,
my
guys.
dad's here, my brother's here, and I'm like, I go, the show's starting, and my dad goes, what show? It was fun, and then we left, but very interesting week that I've had.
Amazing. Okay, wait, what else? And then, oh, dating.
Oh, dating.
Dating. We're back in the city.
Oh, I did meet a guy at the Super Bowl. I met
Oh
two
my God,
actually.
amazing. Love, tell us.
One of them actually asked me out on a date for tonight.
Are you going?
But to be fair, this week, because I've been so back to back, I literally have been so bad at texting. So we'll see. I don't know. I will circle back with him and say, sorry, it's been a crazy week. I could be down to get drinks.
Yeah, I think you should at least get drinks with him. Is this
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
He was
cuter
very
guy?
nice. Yes.
Yeah, I think you should at least get drinks with him.
Yeah. The other one, I think we're great friends now.
That's
Yeah.
like me and, well, not even friends. Guys, the guy who did all of the Uber Black, incredible, kind of disappeared over the last week, and which we talked about I think we talked about it in our third episode.
Yeah. Well,
And
no, it was crazy because we were talking about how actions speak louder than words.
yes, yes, yes. That's exactly what it was. Actions speak louder than words. And we're like, I think the intention's there, but the execution's really just not.
Yeah.
And we'll see. But already it was like giving me kind of the ick where I was like, I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt, but I don't love this. And then, yeah, just he continued to just drop the ball and it gave me the ick. And so we just called it. But that's fine. It was only 2 dates, and I had a great time while I was on the 2 dates. And he's great. There's nothing against him. I think it just wasn't a
It just wasn't
match
a
in the
match.
long. No, it just wasn't a match, which is totally fine. But so we're back on the apps. My therapist is like, you need to be dating multiple people. I'm like, all right, we'll get booked and busy. Totally fine. It's
I
also
mean,
funny though, Miami, where I'm like, I haven't lived here. I guess during COVID, but that doesn't really count because
no,
everyone was on lockdown
yeah.
versus I haven't really lived here since I was 18. So like all of a sudden I'll
It's a
see guys that I
different
went to high.
chapter.
Yeah, but I'll see guys that like from high school. I'm like, whoa, or like old friends of mine that I'm like, whoa. Then I'm like, you know what? I'll reach out to you separately, but I don't think it needs to be a date. I think it just should be friends as
Like,
coffee.
let's just catch up.
Like, let's just catch up. Yeah. And I think that would be really nice. But it's interesting. So we'll see. I'm trying to take my therapist's advice. I just go, okay, cool. Let's just date a bunch of people.
Yeah, I feel like you learn about yourself.
Right, which is kind of the fun part. And that's why we're down here in the first, well, that's not why we're down here. But like, I think, if I'm going to be down, I'm like, so I only came to Miami to date.
Dating.
No, for dating. When everyone asks me, I'm like, just to date.
You're
No,
like,
no,
I didn't
no.
want to be on travel mode on Bumble. I wanted to be permanently in Miami.
No. So if anything though, people are like, why are you here from New York? I'm like, right, 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 right. I'm like, work called me down. I'm like, so, which is true. I'm like, I'm down here, I'm working, having a good time. And my family's all down here, which is
Yeah.
really the real reason why I'm down here.
I loved meeting your mom and your sister.
Yeah, guys, Nat got to meet part of my family, which was so fun. And I got to meet her family. I had met your brother like very quickly last year, but I actually got to hang out with him this time. And then I met your dad.
Yeah.
So sweet. It was such a good time.
Yeah, that was fun.
That
That
was
was
a
a
lot of
fun
fun.
little like
So,
catch up.
yeah. So now we're all family friends.
Yeah, we are. And it's exciting.
It was really
It's
sweet.
exciting. And
So,
well, I'm back in Miami this week. So for
finally,
the
guys,
baptism.
I keep telling Nat, I'm like, get over here ASAP. So, I'm very excited for you to come back. Also, just in time for Lunar New Year.
Oh, we need the shedding to go away. I'm done.
With shedding, guys. I'm like, maybe we
I'm
start a little
over it.
spiritual, a little astrology corner where I'm like, so today Saturn actually entered Aries. I'm like, it moved out of Pisces. Thank God. That was a 3 year cycle. So if the last 3 years have been hell for you, now you know why.
I just like I'm over it. I want a fresh start. I want to
Yep.
get things like going. I want all the positivity. I need to just get this shit off of me.
Yes. That's how I feel. Literally, I'm like, I was physically shedding a
Oh, you
few
are.
weeks ago, physically shedding, and we've been emotionally shedding. We've been now mentally shedding all of it. And now it's like, okay, anything that's not meant for me is literally bye, down the drain, out the door, and making space for bigger, better new things.
Yeah, and I like we're so close. We're so close.
I know, Tuesday. It's you're the fire horse.
It
Things are going to be
is
moving fast.
fast and positively.
Only good things.
I think this it comes just in time. I feel like both you and I have talked about this. Like we have had a crazy year, and I think that we both have been kind of feeling like a lot of emotions and a lot of different things, but at the same time, like we're getting so much more grounded in ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and in different ways. Like I feel like business wise, we both like you had your pivot, I had my pivot. Like we both
Yeah.
are aligning in different ways on that side. And then personally, like we're like, here we go. We're moving on to better
To
things
new
and
things.
like
I
we're
agree.
staying grounded and taking care of ourselves and focusing on us, but at the same time not letting these outside factors get to us as much as they were. And just taking care of our mental health and
Yes.
our own health, you know?
100%. I think also as founders, we have to take care of our mental health. I think the days of like
Yes.
burn yourself out, grind are kind of over. Like, no, that's not anymore. That's not sexy. It's not,
Mm-mm.
work yourself into
Yeah.
the ground. That's just not the vibe anymore.
No,
It's
burnout
not
is out.
sustainable.
Burnout is out and we're kicking in self-care.
So yeah, I'm proud of us. I'm like, I feel like this is a little bit of like, I'm wearing red for Valentine's Day. Nat has purple headphones on, magenta, we'll say magenta for Valentine's Day. And I'm like, okay, it's a new start. I feel it. I feel like a new chapter coming in, and I think it's going to be so great. And I'm happy this year's over,
I
mostly.
know.
It's fun to kind of keep each of us accountable for what we're doing and also just to each other and talk about our lives and talk about like all the ups and downs that are happening with work and in our lives and how they're all intertwined because they
Yeah,
really, really are.
they are. Like nothing is linear at all.
No, no.
I'm
Oh,
like,
if anything,
we're like this.
no, if anything, I like when we met Elliot, 1L1T last
Oh
week,
yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, what do you guys do?" We're like, "What are you guys up to?" We're like, "Oh, well, actually, we launched a podcast. We're just editing." He's like, "Wait, what?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're just out at drinks, but like fun work, not bad work." And this is
Yeah.
like that's what this is. This is fun work, and I think a creative outlet for us, but also like a way to understand how our lives are just so intertwined in every aspect.
Yeah. And also just share funny stories cuz like
Hmm.
shit happens and we're like, "Okay, here we go. Let's put it
We're
out."
like, yeah, you're like, you guys want to hear a crazy story? Which we're really just at the beginning of it, to be honest. With that, episode 4 down. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok if you're not already at No Hard Lines. It's great. You'll get to see little clips if you don't have time to watch the entire episode. And yeah, we'll be back next week with, I'm sure, some more fun stories.
Bye.